Good morning, everyone. You're here at Guthrie's Interiors this morning for the wrap-up Friday. And with me this morning, I have Carol Bassenite.
Yes, glad to be here. And we're here at Guthrie Interiors with Emily Guthrie.
Which is the owner and operator of Guthrie Interiors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be here talking about staging and during the holidays and just trying to get your house sold at a kind of a tricky time of year and
Yes.
how we try to make that happen for folks.
So Emily, let's talk a little bit about how people should decorate for the holidays if they've got their home on the market.
Well, I mean, you know as well as anyone that when you're trying to sell a home, you're trying to make it pleasing and aesthetically nice for anyone who comes into your home. You don't want it where you're in a gift shop or you maybe have the inflatable snowman in the front yard or you have lots of decorations you may have saved for the last 20 years. You want to keep it clean, simple, and like you're having a Christmas party. Would make it very nice, neat, but not overdo it.
Right.
And I think another thing is clean and declutter. People
Yes.
have a
Oh,
tendency to overdo. I mean, they love bringing out their stuff because they only get to do it, during this time of the year.
Yes.
But when your home is on the market, you want it to be complimentary of.
It needs to be neutral.
Yes.
And you think that this time of year, because everybody's budget's strained with buying gifts and, the weather's yucky and it's really not a great time for real estate in general. Mm-hmm. But the people that are out there are serious.
Yes.
The
Yes,
ones that
absolutely.
are looking are serious. And you want to be attractive to them. And so you don't want your red garland if your house is grays and blues.
Correct.
So,
Exactly.
and you just want a little bit of it, just a touch. Just
Right.
so that's what I see.
I'd say if you can't do it right, then don't do it at all.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's just
Just a wreath. Just a wreath.
Your number one goal is selling that home. So
That's right.
of course, let's make it where it's appealing to that person.
Right.
So simple is the best way to go.
Yeah,
So
I
let's-
agree.
So let's talk about space a little bit. So everybody likes to go get the biggest tree and all that stuff. So what are a couple of ideas about that and in your thoughts?
Well, I mean, everyone has the high ceilings down, the 9-foot, 10-foot, even bigger, but they tend to go big with the high ceilings. So you've got this big tree in this big space, and it makes it look small.
Yes.
So you also want to minimize your tree height and size, just so you can show off the room, not the tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want a buyer to walk in and feel comfortable and not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With everything.
Right, like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not. They're not invited to your Christmas party, so you definitely want to make it where they can envision themselves in their home, not
That's
like
correct.
they're one of your guests.
That's exactly right, for sure.
And I would probably say that less ornaments are better than filling the tree up because it really takes.
Just classic. Let's do
Yeah.
it classic.
right.
You don't have to do it in the reds and the greens, and I'm even thinking about the little things they put in the bathroom. Let's just make it simple, clean.
Right. And we're in the holiday season, so relates to Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Absolutely.
and Christmas. Not
Absolutely.
just the Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
And let's talk about candles and smells and things.
The smell's always important.
Right.
Because a smell can set you off
Cookies.
to and think of something that's pleasant.
Right.
So you want to pick the fragrances that are complementary, nothing too strong, nothing
Right.
too. When you walk into the room, you're like, "Whoa! I just walked into a Christmas tree farm." So,
That's right.
Exactly.
yeah.
Great. So Carol, let's talk about numbers for the
Well,
week.
as far as year over year, I've actually just pulled up this chart is over $1 million. I've got a client that I'm working with over $1 million, and the average sale price is actually down from last year, but the number under contract in over $1 million homes in Carteret County is up 51%.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's big. And then I was also kind of looking at everything, including single family, condo, and land, and the totals for that are up 30% in volume. The average sale price is still down, and you wouldn't think that as our inventory is being absorbed, but actually the numbers are up for sure. Up.
Wow.
So would you think we're stabilizing a little bit still? Kind of staying even?
Yeah, but I think our number of sales is beating last year so much that is something that we had not predicted because of the election year and all. So and we contribute that to people wanting to get out of the city areas. And
Seen a lot of that here too.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet with your business
Yeah.
too. So the numbers exact from last week to this week, Sharon, are they about the same?
Well, new listings last week was 86, and this week is 76. Pendings for last week was 82. Pendings this week is 88. Closed last week was 107. Closed this week was 74. And so to finish up our wrap up today, Emily, kind of talk a little bit about what you're seeing with people buying furniture and everything right now.
Going excellent. I mean, I've heard from some of our vendors, they've never seen the business like this in their lifetime.
Wow.
So are you having trouble getting things in for clients that order specifics, even keeping your showroom stocked?
I am not. I
You're not.
unfortunately love to buy, so I have double what I have on the floor in the warehouse. I'm anticipating that issue and that problem. Things have gone from 4 to 6 weeks now to 12 weeks, and they'll go to 16. So I have some vendors who said they're taking orders to June of next year.
Wow.
So when people are thinking about putting their house on the market and maybe refreshing everything, they want to think ahead, not behind anymore.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, you guys, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you, Emily.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Carol.
Thanks,
Y'all have a
Sharon.
great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.